they're getting the good response.
Okay, we good? Tell me when. We're on. We're on. Good morning, everyone. Lisa Gustafson with Cool FM Live, and this morning we are here to celebrate National Adoption Day. We're here at the Superior Courthouse in Sierra Vista with Nilsa Flores, the court administrator. Nilsa, why is today so important?
Today is so important because families are finalizing their adoption and children will be placed in their forever home. So this is such an exciting day for us today, and we're happy to have everyone joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for allowing us to be here. You guys stay tuned. This is pretty amazing.
All rise. Division 2's court now in session.
Thank you, folks. Good morning. Point, right? I am pleased to welcome you to Division 2, Cochise County Superior Court on most adoption day. I'm just so tickled to be able to perform these adoptions. I have an agenda that I'm supposed to follow. I'm being watched. So what we should do, is a Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good, good, good. Thank you. Please be seated. I have a few random thoughts, but the secret is they're not really random. I'm going to see if you can tie the string between all of them. I've written them down over the last couple of weeks in no particular order. 3 things every day to be really alive. Hello, beautiful. 3 things we should all do every day to be really alive. We should laugh every day, and a good belly laugh, not just a little chuckle. Are you ready for a bad dad joke? My new girlfriend works at the zoo. I think she's a keeper. I warned you. I warned you. So we should laugh every day, a good belly laugh. It gets the blood going. It's good for the circulation. We should think every day and not something, what's for lunch today? Something profound, something deep, whether you give it 5 seconds or 5 minutes, matters not. Why are we here on this planet? What's the meaning of life? The third thing we should do, and I do it pretty much every day, I don't make any bones about that. I wear my emotions with pride. We should have our emotions move to tears every day. Happy tears than sad, the happiness, so we don't take it for granted. Those 3 things. So, profound thought. What is the meaning of life? Have you thought about that lately? If not, consider that maybe one of the meanings of life is having relationships. Huh? Why are we here today? To create new relationships. And what's the root word of relationships? Come on. I'm looking at you, Mom. Relate, right? Like you and I are doing right now. Creating relationships, creating families. Pretty significant, huh? Because when all is said and done, and we ride off into the sunset, what's really important? Is it the stuff we have? No. I warned you. It's the relationships that we have formed on every level. have met some incredible people in the 6 years, 10 months, and 14 days that I've had this dependency calendar. Right at the top of my list, interchangeably, CASAs and placements, placements and CASAs. So absolutely amazing people. Thank you for bringing quality to my life. When I say placements, adoptive parents are once placements before they got to the point of being adoptive parents. Amazing people. You bring quality to my life. We have our CASA director with us. And she'll probably kick me later, but I'll take it for pointing her out. We have the most amazing CASA program in the state of Arizona, Judge B. And we have, hands down, the best monthly CASA magazine, truly. Thank you, Dr. Dodge. Okay, so I'm trying to weave this string together so some of you might pick up what I'm trying to get at ultimately. So we do 3 things every day to be really alive. We think, what's the meaning of life? Relationships, and one thing, it's not exclusive by any means. CASAs, placements, amazing people. How many of us want to live in a good community? Right? We all do. So don't we have an obligation to make it a better community? Is the string getting closer together for you? Right? We all have an obligation to contribute to the quality of our community. And I look around the room, I see everyone contributing to the quality of this community. And I'm grateful for that. I try to do my little part in my little corner of the world. And the last thing, if I can get through it, I only had half an hour to speak, Judge. Right? Some of you who work with me have heard this before, and I apologize for repeating it, but it's really incredibly important to me, and I want to share it with those of you who haven't heard it. And I saw this on my 14-year-old daughter's beverage container one morning when she was getting ready for school. She had a sticker on it, and it just dropped my jaw when I read it. From a 14-year-old. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind. Always. Who said that? Anyone? Not those of you I've already told. Robin Williams. What happened to him? Right? Did anybody know? No. Everyone we meet, be kind. Always, please. Thank you. Anybody see the string there? When I was putting these together, they were random thoughts, and I continued to think about it over the days leading up to today. And I found that there was a commonality to all of it. Quality people, relationships, the meaning of life. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being here. Thank you for improving the quality of my life. And one last thing, for those of you that don't know, it works. Not one of those stands alone. They are all connected. I promise you. Thank you for your attention. And now, Judge B, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Please. Welcome, sir.
Good morning. If you could see Judge Kelleher's notes, he spoke that long and he had like 5 words written on his paper. So I'm not quite that good, but I'm Sean Burcliffe. I'm a judge on the Court of Appeals, and our seat is up in Tucson, and we're lucky enough to, in my view, principally work with the 7 best counties in the state. That's the southeastern 7 counties of Arizona. I'd like to thank Judge Kelleher and the court staff and the organizers of this event, and former Judge Terry Bannon, who was kind enough to invite me to speak. I'd like to thank all of my colleagues in Cochise County, whether they're with us here today or not, and of course, all of you, the kids, and the families who are lucky enough to be adopted by those kids today. National Adoption Day, officially on November 22nd, has been celebrated across the country since 2000, so for 25 years now. In Arizona and counties all across the state, events like this are happening to celebrate adoptions of all kinds. Judges love to do these things. You can see the joy in Judge Kelleher's face when he's talking about it. Because these, like weddings, are truly the few happy occasions that we as judges get to participate in. The need for an adoption may not always arise out of happy circumstances, but it always ends in a happy event. Let me start with a story. So a man's looking for a job. He doesn't really know what he wants to do, so he goes to an employment agency. There is a sort of a gruff, unpleasant-looking man, much like me, at the front desk who meets him. He tells the placement officer, "I want a job." The placement officer looks him up and down, says, "Well, I only have one job available." He said, "Great, what is it?" "You don't want it," he says. Job seeker says, "Well, I might want it. What is it?" "It's the most important job we have ever had to offer. In fact, it's the most important job ever anywhere." "Well, that sounds good to me. Sign me up." "Well, not so fast, bucko. It's also the most difficult job we have ever offered. In fact, it's the most difficult job offered by anyone." "Well, that doesn't sound so good. It must pay well, right?" "No, it pays nothing. In fact, you will spend a lot of your own money to do it, and some things will require you to take out a loan." "Well, that sounds horrible," the job seeker says. "So no perks, no privileges, just responsibilities?" "Yeah, that's right, just responsibilities, that's all you get." "Well, so far, so bad. It must be at least low stress." "No, it's high stress." "Well, it must not be a physical job. It must be like a desk job." "No, it can be hard on you, and it can age you before your time." "Well, how about daily job satisfaction?" "No. In fact, it takes you years to finish a task, and then before you know it, in the blink of an eye, the task is done, and you've had no time to appreciate it." "Well, does anyone appreciate what you do in this job?" He says, "No. In fact, you will almost always be underappreciated. Sometimes it takes decades before anyone even knows how well you've done." So our job seeker, being in his right mind, doesn't take the job. I mean, who would? Well, I'm sure you're kind of all ahead of me. Who would take that job voluntarily? Well, everyone in this room. That's who. The most important job anyone can have is raising a little human. The most difficult job in the world is raising a little human successfully. It doesn't pay, and it costs you. It's all responsibility, no privileges. Except for boarding planes early, there's no privileges at all. You don't even get one of those parking spaces in the very front of the building. It's high stress. Being a parent, especially of teenagers, ages you before your time. And you're never appreciated while you're doing the job. And before you know it, in the blink of an eye, those little humans don't need you in the same way anymore. But you in this room who are taking on this job and doing it voluntarily, some with a sense of responsibility if it's a family adoption, but you're all doing it out of love. That is why this day, the Adoption Day, is one of the few happy things we judges get to do. You all are taking on the most difficult and most important job in the world and doing it voluntarily and doing it out of love, and I'm happy to be a part of that. National Adoption Day was started to bring attention at the time to the 100,000 kids in foster care who were awaiting adoption. As of 2023, that number is 36,000 adoptable children in foster care. This is nationwide. And more than half of the children who leave foster care, either who return to their parents or one parent by reaching adulthood or by being adopted, they've been in foster care for over 3 years. But even with that, over 100,000 adoptions occur during the course of the year. Some are strangers bringing new family members into their homes. Some are wives and husbands making commitments to raise and protect their new spouses' children. Others are grandparents, aunts, and uncles, grown siblings, stepping in where others could not or would not. As of 2023, the numbers were approximately 77 to 87,000 adoptions in the country from both foster care and private placement, and then roughly 40,000 step-parent adoptions in that year. For those lucky families being adopted today by these kids, you are now the people closest to them. You will build the home that they come back to every day, that they will cherish the most, and it is most likely the memory of that home that they will try to recreate for themselves one day. Very few, if anyone, says, I can't wait to have another Big Mac like I get on Fry Boulevard. No, they say, I can't wait to have Mom's meatloaf again. Or even that weird Jell-O thing that we have every Thanksgiving. Or do you remember how Dad used to barbecue those burgers just right? Well, even if they do say they can't wait to have a Big Mac on Fry Boulevard again, it's because you were with them when they ate those, and that's why they tasted so good. We always want our kids to have better life than the one we had, but strangely, most often when kids grow up, they want their kids to have exactly what they had when they grew up. Each of the kids here today are on their way to building great memories that they will hold dear. They will look back on fondly, and they will try to instill in their kids when they grow up to take on that most difficult and most important job. You get to help them build those memories. Sure, there's a village out there that participates in forming a future adult, but it is the home that you build for them that is the most important place. The village might know your name, but it probably doesn't know your birthday. It certainly doesn't know what finger you broke when you were in the 6th grade, and it won't ever make you the best meatloaf you've ever had. I'm a judge on the State Court of Appeals now, but when I was a judge in the Superior Court, like this one where the adoptions are done, I never presided over one. But I'm not a stranger to this either. When Judge Bannon called me last March to invite me to speak here today, she did, or little did she know that I had just gone through, only a few weeks before, what you all are experiencing today. My daughter has 2 wonderful boys from her first marriage, but they had been abandoned by their dad and hadn't seen him in over 8 years, since they were 2 and 1. Her second husband, who had by this time been around the boys for the last 6 years, had become over that time the only father they ever knew. In January, just after the new year, he formally adopted them. When my daughter's first husband abandoned the family, she was left to raise the boys alone and provide for them herself. She didn't have much. So, of course, we helped her both financially and by watching the boys whenever she needed us to, or in fact, whenever she would let us take them. She worked hard, and we were happy to help, and we loved the boys, of course. We knew it was a big deal for our son-in-law to adopt our daughter's boys, and it was a big deal. And I figured Adoption Day would be an emotional moment. But it didn't truly strike me until the judge presiding over the adoption asked my son-in-law if he was prepared and willing to take on the financial responsibility and other responsibilities required to raise the boys. And he said, yes, without any hesitation. And that's when I choked up. He didn't have to adopt the boys. He could have been the stepdad and still do all the things a dad in the home does, but he did adopt them. He took on everything that goes with it, the responsibility of support and of discipline. Those boys now have a complete family, my son-in-law's last name, no memory of ever not having a dad. And they also officially got a big sister in the deal, which they don't appreciate now, but they will appreciate at some point. Of course, they still could have called him Dad if he hadn't adopted them. But I think it means more to him and more to them that he is now their dad in all ways. Certainly as a grandpa, it means a lot when they call him Dad. It's wonderful to see them now both with a mom and a dad from whom they will learn all the things that you can't learn from a village of strangers. But taking on these responsibilities in adoption is a huge step, and that you all don't have to take, but it cannot be more meaningful that you do. There may have been a lot of sadness, as I said, for whatever reason that led to today, but what you get to be a part of today is the happiest of occasions. Going back to our old job seeker that I started with, Despite all the questions that the job seeker asked the placement man about this most important and most difficult job, he didn't ask, despite all those negatives, no pay, no gratitude, no recognition, no special parking space, he didn't ask whether having and doing this most difficult and most important job is nonetheless rewarding. What he would have been told, of course, is that this most difficult and most important job is also the most rewarding job you will ever have. And it's actually the fact that it's so difficult that makes it so rewarding. So most important, most difficult, and most rewarding, that's a 3 out of 3 as far as I'm concerned. But thank you all for the opportunity to join you and be part of this. It's been my honor, and I wish you all the best of luck today and for the rest of your lives. Thank you.
All right, what now? Should we take a break? Judge, you stole my sheet. With witnesses. Get started with adoptions. Ms. Zuko, our county attorney, is here. We're glad, ever so glad to have her and the good services of her office. The lady sitting next to Attorney Zuko used to be my right hand. And then she became both of my hands. And then she left me. But she didn't go very far. Glad to have you back, Catherine. When I was in private practice before becoming a judge, Catherine was my legal secretary. Then she became my judicial administrative assistant. I'm ever so grateful for that. It just seems like it was yesterday, but it was a while ago now, wasn't it? Yeah. And we've come full circle. Excellent. So I think I have to take the bench to get this done. So if you'll just give me a couple of minutes, I'm going to duck behind the curtain. Do you want this up here, Miss Lori?
No, I was just gonna sit here
Sure.
and let the family sit there.
Perfect. We'll move this out of the way. Other duties as assigned, right?
They have to come this way.
Thank you. Huh. All right. The first adoption I have on my calendar is AD 2025-00039. Laura Lee. Good morning, beautiful. Did you bring anybody with you? Excellent. So, Saley? Is that you? No. Welcome. Did you bring anybody with you? No, you just came alone. Can I adopt you then? Did you see my hat? Can you read that from there? I'm a trophy dad. My own daughters gave me that one Father's Day. So I already have experience. And parents, come on up here, please. Actually, come over there. Children, you too, please. This is all about you guys. We're making new families today. Our clerk today is the chief deputy clerk for us here in Sierra Vista. Martina Rodriguez is our clerk. Madam Clerk, if you would place these people under oath, we'll get started. Folks, if you stand and raise your right hand, please.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth during these proceedings to help you God as to the due of crime?
Please. Good, please, please. Siéntese, por favor. Ms. Zuko, our county attorney, is here. Ms. Zuko, your floor is yours for the moment.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Baxter, please state your full
Cochise County for approximately 5 years almost.
Do you understand that when the court finalizes the adoption, you have all the rights as well as the legal responsibilities of a natural parent? That these include the obligation to provide a home, care, support, and discipline for the children. And with those in mind, do you now request the court to finalize the adoption? Ms. Baxter, please state your full name. Would it be in the best interest for the children to be adopted? Thank you. Your Honor, ICWA does not apply and jurisdiction in Cochise County is established based on the testimony of length of residency. Thank you.
What year did ICWA come into existence? I always put the new people on the spot with that question.
1978.
Cheater. You're right. ICWA is the acronym for the Indian Child Welfare Act. Different laws apply if ICWA applies, but it does not apply, and there may be an order of adoption and change of name consistent with the form of order presented this 14th day of November. And a signature. I knew there was one more piece of paper. You're a family. Congratulations. Does it feel any different? No, and it shouldn't. Because you were a family before this. This just made it legal. Not to suggest that you were illegal before. B was sharing with us the most in my 100 years of being alive. Not quite, but almost. We will have this moment together for the rest of all of our lives. And that's really precious to me. You folks want to take pictures? I'm going to suggest, and it's just a suggestion, that we'll do all of the adoptions and then we'll take pictures so we don't hold everybody up. And children, will you do me a favor? I'd come to you, but I can't leap tall buildings in a single bound anymore. I have some gifts up here for you. We have some for your families right there. I have better ones though. You can take those to your parents if you would, and then come back. You guys like stuffed toys? Do you have a particular favorite color? Blue. Blue? That's the only blue one I see. Do you have another color? Do you not want this one? All right. And you, precious child? Pick one. Pink. I'm a dog person. This is a cat. Thank you. When you hold those, think of me, please. I will think of both of you forever. You're one of my children now, too. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm here all day. I could stare at you all day. Okay, folks, do you want somebody to be sitting on your lap? Okay, then you have the next adoption I have on my calendar is AD 2025-00041 in the matter of Azariel May Alvarez. I thought you folks looked familiar. I am not very good with names. I readily acknowledge that. The good thing about being that small is it doesn't take a whole lot to fall and get back up. Folks, if you would both stand, I'll ask Madam Clerk after you raise your right hands. Madam Clerk, if you would, please.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth during these proceedings, so help you God, or so you affirm?
I didn't hear you, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Please make yourself comfortable. Ms. Zuko, please.
Thank you. I'll just ask you both the same question, and then we'll do one of them the other, okay? Please state your name. Are you the petitioner for the adoption of the child to be known as Madeline Islin Alvarez? Yes. How long have you lived in Cochise County?
58 years.
Do you understand that when the court finalizes the adoption, you have all the rights as well as the legal responsibilities of a natural parent? That these include the obligation to provide a home, care, support, and discipline for the child? And with those in mind, do you now request the court to finalize the adoption? Yes. Your Honor, if what does not apply in the jurisdiction in Cochise County is established based on testimony of length of residence.
Most excellent. You have been with me for the entirety of this child's life. I bless you. You have blessed me by being with me for this time. When I was speaking earlier, I was speaking about you. Not alone, but the perfect example of adding to the quality of our community. You opened your hearts and your home to this child to give her a future. And you've already raised children. And you're doing it again. It's just amazing. I marvel at you. There may be an order of adoption consistent with the form of order presented this 14th day of November, 2025. Congratulations. Your child is looking up to see what all the to-do is. We're celebrating your family. She in the least bit concerned. And the beauty of that is she knows she's in good hands. Thank you. Thank you. Do we have any paperwork? Checks in the mail?
Yes.
Okay. We're in a holding pattern until the paperwork comes for the next one.
It's not mine, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
It's private adoption.
Oh, give the judge high five. Give the judge high five. Come on, give my five. Tiny five. Thank you, precious. Miss Strickland? Is Miss Strickland in the lobby? Well, then let's do Miss Suko's last one.
The family's here yet because it's on the calendar for 10.
Do we need them? No worries. So I have some more bad dad jokes to kill the time. Coffee is the silent victim in our house. It gets mugged every day. I warned you. This one you'll find maybe too close to home. If a judge loves the sound of his own voice, expect a long sentence. I was going to share a vegetable joke, but it was too corny. I know. Well, I guess she wasn't scheduled till 10:05. What time is it? Oh, we're slightly ahead of our time. Your family's not here yet, Miss Suko?
No.
Okay, no worries. I frequently sit up here and stare at people. Doesn't bother me anymore. It used to be awkward, but it's not so much anymore. I didn't give credit where credit was due when I mentioned those 3 things that we should do every day to really be alive. If any of you are college basketball fans, every March when March Madness kicks in, we raise money for cancer. The Jimmy V Foundation, Jimmy Valvano. He was a college basketball coach in North Carolina, I think North Carolina State. And he was speaking at the ESPY Awards, ESPN ESPY Awards. And he knew he was dying from cancer when he gave that speech. So every March they raise money for the Jimmy V Foundation, cancer research, and you will see him giving that most impassioned speech. I borrowed it from him because it was so incredibly moving to me. I invite you to tune in. It doesn't take very long to see. Probably you can pull it up on YouTube. It's really very powerful. We do? Right. AD 2025-00038 in the matter of Xenia. Am I saying that correctly? Xenia, of course. Rain Hammond. This is a time set for a petition for adoption. And Miss Strickland, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Ileana Osuna for Heather Strickland on behalf of the petitioner.
Oh, we change names here too. You know that, don't you?
Really?
Yes. Would you like to be Miss Strickland?
Sure.
All right. Welcome. You have clients?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Good morning, folks. Morning. Before you sit down, mother and father, if you would turn around and raise your right hands, I'll ask Madam Clerk to place you under oath.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth during these proceedings to help you God as you do affirm? I do.
I do.
Excellent. Please make yourselves comfortable. Yeah, right there's good. Anywhere but my chair, right? When you're ready, please.
Mr. Faust, can you please state your full name for the record?
John Anthony Faust?
And are you a resident of Cochise County?
Yes, I am.
And are you here
adopt Senya Rain Human?
Yes, I am.
And was she born on February 6th, 2013?
Yes.
And you are currently married to her mother, Stephanie Ann Faust.
Yes.
And to your knowledge, is she considered an Indian child under the Indian Child Welfare Act?
No.
When she came to live with you, did she own any significant property?
No.
And do you believe it's in her best interest to be adopted by you?
Yes.
And do you understand that this legal relationship will last the rest of your lifetime?
Yes.
And do you understand that this means that you will continue to be responsible for her care, love, and upbringing?
Yes.
And you understand that this means that you will have the right to inherit from her, and she will have the right to inherit from you.
Yes.
And you are asking to change her name to Senya Rain Faust.
Yes.
And Mrs. Faust, may you please state your full name for the record?
Stephanie Ann Faust?
And are you a resident of Cochise County?
Yes.
And are you married to John Faust?
Yes.
And you are the mother of Senya Rain Hayden?
Yes.
And do you believe that it's in her best interest to be adopted by your husband?
Yes.
And do you understand that this is creating a legal relationship between the both of them?
Yes.
And do you believe it's in her best interest to be adopted?
Yes.
And you're asking that her name be changed to Senya Rain?
Yes.
Senya, it's your turn. Can you state your full name for the record?
Senya Rain Hannah.
And how old are you?
12.
And do you understand that we're here today so your stepdad can adopt you?
Yes.
And do you understand that this means that he will be considered your legal parent?
Yes.
And are you okay with that?
Yes.
And do you believe it's in your best interest to be adopted by him?
Yes.
And are you also asking to change your last name to Faust?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You don't look too happy, Xenia. What's going on? Try to hide your excitement a little bit. You want me to sign this paperwork for you? I would be honored to do so. Congratulations, family. You know, Dad, next year around February 6th, you're going to overnight become far less smarter than you think you are. And that lasts for, too long. Too long. But then, magically, a number of years later, your intelligence will be restored and it will be acknowledged. I have two daughters. Their mother and I didn't do it by myself. They're 24 and 20. And I remember the oldest child, she was 16-ish. And I wasn't prepared for this. I said to her more than once, somewhat tongue-in-cheek, one of us is not going to see your 17th birthday. And I'm glad to say she is now 24, and she is the pride and joy of my life, as is her sister. I wish that for you.
Thank you.
I wish that for you. They are gifts that keep giving forever if we just let them. Truly glorious. It is, without question, the most difficult job. And it's only proper that it is the most rewarding. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it, would we?
No,
It is well worth it. I promise you. And I marvel at your willingness to help parent this child into adulthood. You, sir, you, Mom, make this a better community too. Thank you very much. Xenia, you're not too old for stuffed animals, are you? No? Would you like to come closer? Fair enough. Well, that's good. Come on up. Oh, I have something for you too. and I don't bite very hard. Let me do this paperwork so you're official. Do you have a favorite color? Green? I don't have any frogs. Right? I don't have. Oh. This is a pretty darn big box. Wait a minute. You like penguins?
Yeah.
I know. This one's called Steve. We have our own Steve here. He's a little bigger than this penguin, but he's just as nice. Congratulations, child. All right. Good, good, good. Has your family arrived?
Catherine went to check.
Excellent. Yeah, I could have talked for a little longer if Shawneen had given me more time. All right. We have a dependency script that every dependency judge in the state is supposed to follow. And I have gone through the script on one occasion in 13 minutes because I read fast. But normally, the script is very dry, very legalese language. The whole purpose of the preliminary protective hearing, the first dependency hearing in a series of all important hearings, is my first opportunity to get parents' attention. So I don't just read them the script. I explain to them what it is I just said. I use language that they understand. I give examples. I talk about the fact, what are my three favorite words in dependencies? Miss R.W., one of our assistant attorney generals representing. Babies can't wait. Babies can't wait. And it's so simple, three simple little words, but the power behind them when you understand why babies can't wait. From the birth to 3 years of age, 80% of a child's brain is formed and connected. 80%. And how is it connected? Well, physiologically, physically, one part of the brain learns to communicate with another part of the brain. I'm doing this on purpose. It takes 7 neural connections to make a visual memory. 7 different parts of our brain have to communicate with it in order to make that memory. And the human brain continues to form and connect until we're all about 30 years of age. I suspect women mature a little faster. It's been my experience anyway, so. But 30 years of age, and the most important time in a child's life is the first 1,000 days. The first essentially 3 years, because 80% of that brain is formed. And just as a side note, what's the last part of our brains to develop? There's irony involved with this answer, right? The prefrontal cortex. What do we do with the prefrontal cortex besides pound our head on the table with frustrations from time to time? We make decisions with the prefrontal cortex. And that's the last part of our brain to develop? How does that make any sense? Right? We let teenagers drive cars and their brains aren't even done forming yet. So I try to stress this to parents with children, young children. Babies can't wait for parents to make better decisions. The state of Arizona gives parents of children from birth to 3 180 days, roughly 6 months, within which to engage in services designed to help them make better decisions, increasing the likelihood of better behaviors. So it increases the likelihood of better outcomes, which leads to a better life. And if it's a better life, it's a better world for all of us. And I tell these parents, This is the secret, but this is not for you to get your child back. How can that be? Well, we know from experience that parents who engage in making better decisions with the end goal to get their child back, more times than not, stop making better decisions when they accomplish that goal. Whereas if they make better decisions to increase the quality of their life, once we're out of their lives, they're much more likely to continue making better decisions because they want that quality of life their better decisions brings. And because their better decisions makes for a better life, which makes for a better world. Who would be in their world? Their children. And that makes sense when you explain it that way. And it works, it works, it works. Behavior change is not easy, though. Mr. and Mrs. Youngblood, I usually come to you. You've come to me now. Now you have to listen to me for a while.
Are we going to sing?
You don't want me to sing. Welcome. Welcome. We could get another chair for him up there. It's part of your family. I recognize you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Andrea used to be one of our case specialists for DCS. And then she too left me, Catherine. You see a pattern here? But you're back. You and Catherine have come full circle. Are you comfortable, both you and Father? Good. Stand up, please. Raise your right hands if you would. Madam Clerk, if you would, place them under oath. We'll get started. Thank you.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth during these proceedings, so help you God, as you do affirm?
Excellent. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Please make yourselves comfortable. Ms. Zuko is here from the County Attorney's Office. Ms. Zuko, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to ask the same questions, and we'll just have Mom answer first, and then. Please state your full name. Are you the petitioners for the adoption of the child to be known as Robert Leroy Bear? How long have you lived in Cochise County? 15 years.
Pretty much my whole life.
Do you understand that when the court finalizes the adoption, you have all the rights as well as the legal responsibilities of a natural parent? That these include the obligation to provide a home, care, support, and discipline for the child? And with those in mind, do you now request the court to finalize the adoption? Okay, and where's Robert? Okay, my understanding is that it is Robert's 12th birthday today.
What?
So we need him, if he's willing to, sign a consent to be adopted by the mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
ICWA does not apply and jurisdiction in Cochise County is established based on testimony of length of residency. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Zuko. I didn't call the case, so we have to start over. I know. You know, the memory's the second thing to go when you get older. Come on. I can't remember. This is AD 2025-00042 in the matter of Robert Jerry Croach. Happy birthday, young man. I don't have an order. I have consent, original and a copy, which is good, but I don't have the form of order. Is your daughter's birthday today too?
Her daughter's birthday.
Oh. What is your daughter's name?
Hannah.
Hannah? I remember that. Hannah? Do you like stuffed toys, Hannah? Yes. Do you? I have a whole box full. You know, I have one teddy bear left. No? All right. We have others. He's on the fence. Yes? We don't deliver. You have to come up here. Okay.
Say thank you.
Susan. But you can change her name if you want. I'm partial to John.
Say thank you. Say thank you. No, you're gonna be
Not
shy.
today?
No. She'll probably say thank you when we leave.
No worries.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming. Apparently, the paperwork is not here. It'll get here. Congratulations to both of you. Congratulations, Robert. New family, huh? No, they've been your family for a while. I read the social study. It's a beautiful thing. It's good to have a family, isn't it? Right? And it takes a village to raise a child. And I think that's a good thing. You have a wonderful village in Cochise County. You guys live in Sierra Vista area, right? Right. Wonderful village. I hope our paths cross again someday, just not here. Right? Right? I have to go up and down every aisle to see what I'm not getting. Right? Right? So now we can take pictures if you guys would like to take photos. I encourage that because when I got this Trophy Dad hat from one Father's Day, I also received a bookmark. I'm a prolific, have lots of pictures. Make bookmarks. Do something to memorialize this wonderful occasion. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I like having people here. Well, I guess we're done. Oh, but the shouting, right? The celebrating. Pictures. Would you folks like to go first? You were the first adoption. How would you like to do your pictures? No, how? Take the lead, Mom. No, ma'am. Negatory on that. Yes, good, good. Really? I would be honored to.
We just want to thank everyone for watching today as the ceremony does come to a close here at the Cochise County Superior Courthouse for National Adoption Day. What a wonderful family day.